What's up, everybody? This is Harrison from Pokédex Marketplace, PokédexMP.com. I wanted to do a little video today to show you how we come to our prices. I've talked about doing this. I'm sorry about taking so long to get back in my videos. The weekend was great. I had a great time with my brother. We celebrated him getting married, and we're super excited. I had a bunch of guys together. We had a great trip. So I just wanted to jump back in here and get back into doing some videos. What I wanted to do first is kind of explain where I get my pricing from and how I do that. Now, full transparency, I got a supplier. I got a supplier in Japan. They give me a pretty decent price. The shipping costs can sometimes suck. I use Wise instead of PayPal Goods and Services because I know and trust this guy now. PayPal Goods and Services does protect you when you're making international purchases like that. So if you're going to try a new supplier, I do want to let you know that to do the goods and services first until you're comfortable with that person. I just want to remind you of that. But using Wise makes it a little bit cheaper. The shipping cost to get everything over in English was $79.40. So in American dollars, it cost me $79.40 to get everything shipped. So that's not too bad, but I'm going to explain to you how all this works. Okay, so I got super electric breaker. Sorry about my handwriting. We're going to call that EB, electric breaker. That was 67,200 yen, which breaks down to about $434.90. All right, that's going to be super electric breaker, and that's going to be for 8 boxes. So I got 8 electric breaker for $434.90. All right, now Paradise Dragona. That's what we got next. All right, I got 7 of those. We're going to say 7. Sorry, again, it's messy. It's ugly. I know. Sorry about that. You're going to have to get used to that. Paradise Dragona coming in at 46,200 yen. That's $299. And then we got my personal favorite out of the group, Shiny Treasure EX, which come out to, and that was 8 boxes as well, excuse me. And that come out to be 54,400 yen, which breaks down to be 352.07. So 352.07. All this is the dollar amount. So I'm looking at this now. My total for everything, I believe, was like 1161, something like that. So you add all this together, you throw the shipping fee in there, and that covers everything. So what I want to do is explain how I did my pricing. Now, 8 boxes, we're going to divide 434 by 8. That's going to come down to like 54.36, I believe. So we got 54.36 is how much I paid per box when it comes to Super Electric Breaker. Now, what I do is I want to take the shipping cost and I want to split it up to where the cost of the shipping is covered in what I'm selling. So I'm passing that payment on to you guys. What that ends up doing is adding about $3.45. Yeah, $3.45 to each box. The way I did that, I took my total shipping cost here, $79.40. I got 23 boxes in total, and I divided $79.40 by 23, and that tells me that I got $3.45 left over. So I add the $3.45 to each box. So so that each box has been paid for the shipping cost as well. So that's not coming out of my pocket as well. Now what I do is like I said, 54.36, and then we're going to add the 3.45 to it. I'm not going to sit here and do all the math, but you know what I mean. So we're going to add the 3.45 to it. Now what I do personally is I'll take the end result of that number, which is 57.81. So we're looking at, that's 57.81, right? So I want to multiply that by 0.15. That gives me that 15% that I'm looking for. I'm looking for 8 to 15%. Really, 15% is where I want to be, but I'm okay with selling things a little bit cheaper. Right now, I think I got it sitting on the side at about 13%, something like that. But anyway, so I'll multiply this number, 57.81, which is the shipping fee plus the single box of electric breaker. That makes it 57.81. I'm going to multiply that by 0.15 to give me my total. And I think it's 867 So I'm going to add 867 to the sales price of this in order to get my 15%. So the 867, yeah, see, I already added in the 345, so that's all I do. The 867 added on to 5781. I believe that comes out to 6648. So for super electric breaker, I'm ending up charging around 6648. Now what I will do when I get on the site is I'll round it down, round it up. So this might be 6650, or I might have just made it $66, or maybe it's only 13% when I break down the number. You know, something's off a little bit. The Wix website actually tells you when you're filling out your inventory and you're putting in your numbers, what your profit margins look like and stuff like that. It's kind of helpful if you don't like to do the math, because personally I make a lot of mistakes, and I'm a perfectionist, so I don't want to spend hours and hours doing this over and over again just to make sure I get it right, but I will do that. So yeah, so my number ends up being around 6648. Now, so what I'm trying to explain here is I'm buying the boxes, okay? I'm adding the shipping cost split between every box. So that's what we say, 345 or something like that. So I add 345 to the cost of each box, and then I multiply that by 0.15. That's my 15%. I add that number that I get, which was 867 in this case, and that gives me 6648. Now, like I said, I'll probably put that on the site for 6650, or I might just do it for a flat $66. I don't remember exactly what I did, but it ended up being about 13% profit margin for me. I did want to show you guys how I come to my numbers. I did the same thing for each one. So I had this one here, $2.99 is the cost of all the boxes. You divide that by 7. That's going to bring you to $42.71. So $42.71, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add the 345 is going to bring it to 46.16. So we got 46.16. That's with the shipping added, and then like I said, we're going to multiply that by 0.15, and that's going to get us our number. I believe the number here is going to be 692. So I would add 692 to the $46 there. It's something like that. You know, these are rough numbers here. I'm not trying to do all this math on the spot, but you can actually go to my site, look at my pricing, reverse engineer the math. You can figure out exactly what I paid for this stuff. I have no problem sharing what I paid for it, because I'm not trying to rip people off. I will charge 8 to 15% above what I paid for it. I also divvied in the shipping fee, which, like I said, I added $3.45 to each box. So like I'm being fair in how I price it, but I want to also let you know why I price it the way I do, and what I'm doing here. Now, I know this is all a jumbled mess, and I'm sorry if you watched this far. I appreciate it. I hope you learned something. I just want to show you kind of how I priced it out. I got some other stuff in the works now. I'm trying to get some of the Unagaba promos. I want them the little pack so you can open it yourself. So I think that would be awesome. So I'm working on those. They take a couple days to get. So I got to let him know a couple days in advance when I want to make my order, so he can get those things ready for me. But yeah, this is pretty much it, guys. Sorry, I'm so exhausted. I know I look like crap. I just got off work. But yeah, just wanted to go over it with you, talk about the numbers. If you have any questions, jump down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Like I said, on Wix, the math kind of shows up, so you can also see what percentage you're making on top of, you know, when you enter your inventory and stuff. That's really cool. When I figure out all the editing stuff, I'll go in and I'll screen capture and let you guys see what that looks like. I think that would be really awesome. I'd love to go through the Wix thing with you guys, just to kind of show you what you're dealing with there, how it shows you your analytics, your traffic. I don't want to give away anybody's personal information, so I want to make sure I do all that correctly. But sorry, I'm trying to stay in frame here, and I'm too tall for this, so I'm like hunched over. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of jump on here, explain my pricing, explains how I do what I do. I don't know if you can understand by reading this jumble mess, but yeah, pretty much I add a percentage of the shipping cost to each box, and then I multiply that by 0.15. That's 15%. That tells me how much I need to add at most, and I can cut that down a couple dollars if I want. Now, the hope is that one day I got so many products moving through here that small profit margin I'm trying to set up actually helps, you know, it actually makes me money, because I got so many products moving through that even those small margins add up to make me a couple bucks. Now here at the beginning, it's not like that. And I have to be smart. Like once the money returns to my account, I haven't LLC'd yet. I don't have a separate bank account. So I have to make sure that the money that comes in that goes to the business stays separate from the money that goes to my bills, my personal life, my family, etc. So I am looking to LLC now. That process isn't hard, guys. That was a personal choice. LLC, you might want to jump right into getting an LLC as soon as you start your business. I understand why. You can get your credit card, your company credit card, you can get your separate bank accounts, all that stuff set up. And, liability, depending on what business you're getting into, it limits your liability. That's exactly what it does. So that's a good thing to have. I chose not to do it because honestly, I didn't know what I was getting. I don't know exactly what I'm getting myself into. I've never experienced this. I didn't want to go ahead and sign paperwork and put something into motion that I didn't quite understand yet. I'm still in the process of working through some of this. Pokey Innie and a couple of other people, Danny Phantom, and I know I say their names a lot, but those guys have been very helpful in giving me confidence and helping me understand different parts of the business. Again, I'm not gonna make it rich off of this kind of stuff, but I will get to pull out Pokemon cards, ship them out, and make some friends and customers through that and slowly build that business. And if I can build up the inventory using the money that comes from this, and I build it up 10% every couple of weeks or so, it looks like it's going to be a little longer for me, but that's the goals Danny Phantom told me about in his videos. So, I'm trying to mix all this stuff together, and I'm finding my own way, guys. Just like you got to find your own way. I don't know if you're trying to start a Pokemon business yourself, or if you're just a collector, or if you're just a cool dude that's trying to give me some views, man. I appreciate you. But, this stuff can help. You really want to pay attention when you do factor in your math and all that stuff. Make sure that you put your shipping in with it, because if not, you're going to end up charging people, the 15%, and then you're going to have your shipping fees out of your profits. So either way, it's coming out of your profits. So you need to make sure that you appropriate it correctly and that you know what's going on. A lot of people smarter than me do the Google Excel spreadsheets. I'm getting there. But don't worry, I know how to use Excel and stuff like that. I just don't have the program. So yeah, it's still a work in progress, guys. I'm working on everything. I'm figuring everything out. But I wanted to explain to you how I do my math. If you have any questions, you have any comments, if you think I messed something up, or you think I'm dumb, or there's a better way of doing this, hit me up in the comments. Hit me up in my email. Hit me up on Instagram, TikTok. Just hit me up any way you can. Let's talk about it. Let me know what you think I can do, what you would do personally. Do you think, I've had a couple people tell me that I'm not charging enough, and I'm not ever going to be the guy that does that. I'm sorry. I had a bad enough experience. You guys saw my video where the guy called me a scalper, and I had to charge above MSRP for an item that I paid above MSRP for. I really did not like the experience of selling something at over MSRP. It's just not for me. Now, if it was something that was from years ago or something, I would feel a little more comfortable with that. But it being something that just come out in November, and I'm selling it for $200, that bothered me personally as a seller. As a buyer, it would bother me too. But you have to understand that I paid more than market price for that. That's why I sold it for more than market price. I only marked it up 10%. And the real reason I had it on my site was so people would come to my site. People wanted Surgeon Sparks, so that's what I got, and I put it on the site. Now, I'm sorry that I had to pass that on to y'all, but that's just how it works. I just wanted to jump on here, explain this to you. I didn't expect it to go this long. Sorry for rambling, guys. I love you. I appreciate all your support. Everybody's been so awesome. A lot of my friends have been hitting me up recently saying it's pretty cool what I'm doing. I appreciate you guys. And you guys that I don't know yet, my new friends, jump down there. Let's get to know each other, man. I know I can get a little over talkative, especially in writing. So I'm trying to work on that. But thank you guys for your support. This is a little bit of the math. If you need a little bit more explanation, or you want to talk about it further, or any other questions, guys, just hit me in the comments. And shop at pokedexmp.com. We got some cool Japanese product in there. Working on the English side of things. I still got some Paradise Dragona here. And I think that might be the last of my English product other than my singles, which I am working on, I promise. I'm getting those together now, separating some collection stuff. Pokeball Cards is a really awesome dude. He's on YouTube if you want to check him out. He's building his gym heroes and gym sets from back in the day, and I got a lot of that stuff. So I'm going through a lot of my vintage, and it's been fun, but it does take time. I do work full time. I am a full-time father. This is hard. Right now I got Heather out there with the baby. She took her outside to ride or Jeep so that I can film a quick video. So it really is, you know, we're trying to make it work however we can. This hunching over is killing me. But yeah, I'm not going to hold up too much of your time. This video looks like it's already going to be like 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, so thanks for stopping by. Just wanted to run that by you. Again, if that ugly writing and my explanation is not clear, holler at me and I'll clear it up for you. I appreciate all your love and support, guys. Shop PokédexMP.com. And, you know, be kind to one another. As always, be kind to one another. And happy collecting, guys. I'll see you on the next one.